Hello, it's Sean. It's my secondary objective for week 4. I'm a little bit late with it, but the goal is to talk about anything other than your project. So, I'm supposed to make a ramble video about something other than my painting project. My choice is to talk about discrimination in gaming. Now, I'm no great theologian or smart person or anything like that, but I'm not going to talk about racial discrimination or sexual discrimination. I'm going to talk about the discrimination between the different kinds of games people play and how many of us have very strong feelings about some of those games and the people that play them. So to kind of give you a frame of reference, for people watching this video, you're probably into painting. So you play miniature games. There's a group of people that don't like miniature games and they think something certain of people that play miniature games. Even amongst miniature gamers, there's groups of people that don't like any particular one miniature game. Malifaux can have a connotation based on the people that are playing it in your area, maybe, or all the people that play Warhammer Fantasy, or the people that are playing Warhammer 40k, or the people that are playing historicals. That seems to be a popular one, that if you're not into that particular game, you don't understand why others would play those. For me, I started gaming a long time ago, and I've played a lot of different kinds of games. But it's amazing to me how we as a group of people that like to play games can look down upon those that are playing games if they're not the kind of game that we want to play. So, board gamers, I play a lot of board games. I have a very large board game collection. But I see people that are only into board games and they just look down upon the people that are playing miniature games. There's a group of people that play solo games, whether that's miniature or board games. And this is one of the areas that I see kind of most often is the ridicule of people that choose to play solo board games. Like, well, why don't you have any friends? Or why would you play a game solo when you could play it with other people? And I play games solo. Not all the time. I certainly have a group that I get together with and we play multiplayer games, but I do play solo games. And it's a good way to learn games that you might be playing with a group later. It's also a good way to practice different strategies. There's times where I don't have time to get together with friends or nobody is available, so I want to play games, so I'll sit down and play a game in a solo setting that is a multiplayer game or has a solo variant or is intended only for solo play because it just works for my schedule. The idea that you can't play a solo game unless you're some kind of outcast is kind of weird to me. I think of people that play video games. How many times are you sitting there by yourself playing a video game? There's, as far as I can concern, there's no real distinction between the two. And it's sad to me that people will look down upon others or just ridicule them for whatever reason. And not that I get ridiculed personally, I just see the stuff online, which isn't always a great place to look at things. And I know there's a lot of people out there that'll say, oh, I would never ridicule anybody. I'm completely open to whatever people want to do, whether it's RPG or board game or miniature game, historicals, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever. But then I want to ask, what do you think about if one of your friends were to tell you they were going to go LARPing? If you don't know what LARPing is, it's live action role play. And that'll get a whole different kind of connotation from people. And again, I don't judge people for doing what they want to do, but it's real easy to look at different kinds of gaming and to put your nose up, turn your nose up to it, that's just not appropriate for people to do, or you don't think it's right, or the people that do that are somehow not as good as you or someone else. Anyway, that's my ramble for this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my comments, and you can do that in the comments below.